Hello all, and welcome to this afternoon's beer review. Yeah, I'm a little bit out of it. Been playing lots of colonization because this beer review, getting towards the end of the year, it's the 27th of December. As you know, January comes dry January, and to reduce expectations of the new year, 2023. Yes, it's so good to be living in a time of civilizational decline, everyone. Anyways, I have an entire week off because I needed it, for God's sake. But also, too, I had leave to go and burn up. So, yeah, have to use it up by the end of the year. So, using it up right now. So, what are we reviewing this afternoon? Well, this afternoon we are actually reviewing two beers. Why? Because I bought a six-pack thinking, oh, this is going to be something that I haven't reviewed before, a local beer I haven't reviewed before. Turns out I did review it. It's just they totally revamped the can and the recipe and everything. So yeah, I intend to go and drink this beer, then drink that particular beer to have it the first time. I don't want to go and taste it blind. And then do the review on the third beer. So those of you who are entertained by me doing the reviews while completely off of my rocker on my face, as it were, there we go. You're going to get your wish today. Not in this video, but in the next one. What are we reviewing in this particular video, though? We are reviewing Ayinger Jahrhundert beer, which basically means 100 beer. It was made to celebrate their 100th anniversary. This is a 5.5 ABV. So let's read the back now, shall we? Crisp, golden, well balanced. Ayinger at the foot of the same verbiage as the other one. So I guess only first sentence really tells it. So this is a style of beer I have not reviewed before. I believe I have tried it before, not reviewed it, when I drank Baltica, which releases several, I believe one of this style. And what is this style? Is the Dortmunder Export Lager. So it's described as midways in between a Helles Lager and a Pilsner. So the sort of sweet, soft malting of a Helles with the sharper, more crisp hoppiness of a Pilsner. And I'm a bit curious as to what it's like. So, without much further ado, let's get straight to this, shall we? Ooh, smells like beer. Okay. Well, didn't quite pour it all out, but that's fine. These larger than, these so slightly oversized bottles, they don't, I like to have a good amount of head on my beers. So, an almost clear pale yellow, very nicely carbonated, as you can see here. So, there's just a slight haziness to it. And it has a white to off-white head, thick white to off-white head. That smells like German beer. Honestly, it kind of smells like like how a lot of Europale lagers smell to me. Sweet, biscuity malting. Some graininess, cereal graininess. And underneath that, some floral and spicy hops. Not too sharp. I kind of wonder if this bottle's been sitting for a while. because the hopping is not too apparent on the nose. Well, let's get this onto the palate now, shall we? Hmm, there's the hops. So not very aromatic, but definitely there on the palate, I can tell you that. But at the same time, the malting is sweeter. So up front, you have some bracing hot bitterness on the palate. But it sort of slowly descends into bread and honey sweetness in the finish. Finish is more or less clean. Not quite. There's still some lingering sweetness on the palate, but more or less clean. Very refreshing. And very beer flavored, honestly. You know, like how I said, cream ale sometimes is beer flavored beer. This is definitely beer flavored beer. The taste is more intense than a Euro Pale lager, both of the malts and of the hopping. The top note is pretty much how the nose smells, only there's a bit more hop presence there in the top note than compared to actually nosing the glass. Again, sort of floral, kind of herbaceous slash spicy hops. Old world style, obviously. I can definitely see why they say it. This is kind of in between a Pilsner and a Helles, because there's definitely a Pilsner up front, but a Helles in the back. Definitely tastes at 5.5, almost on the dot. Doesn't feel heavier or lighter than 5.5. Feels about right. And a pretty nice carbonation bite too. Kind of forgot to mention that at the start. So this is about $5 for this bottle in Hawaii. Probably cheaper than where you're at. I kind of like this. Again, not great complexity there. Just a very well made, well put together German beer. Yeah, come to think of it, I am actually really enjoying this. It's been so long since I've had like a beer flavored beer that it is nice to go and revisit it every now and then. What do I mean when I say beer flavored beer? It's basically the sort of flavor of dry hops that aren't super bitter, just enough to make it crisp, along with malts that are there to bring a perceptible malt sweetness. You know. So, like I said, cream ales kind of have it. Steam beers kind of have it, though the malting is a bit darker there. This one definitely has it, you know? Not quite a Pilsner, not quite a Helles. It's a Dortmund export lager. So, Ayinger, Jahrhundert beer. Give this one a shot. It's first time I've had the style, but it is not something alien to me. It's something that is definitely got some points of reference that I'm kind of helping it along. It's not going to be a shock to your system. Let's just put it that way. And that, folks, is your beer review for this afternoon. See you in maybe about an hour or so. Prost.